Welcome, all of you. Welcome to the session on cybersecurity for women in business. I am Avina Bordhman. I am part of Contact Base, which is a social enterprise. And most of you who have been following us, you must be knowing that we are running this program on women wielding the workplace, which is supported by US Consulate General Kolkata. So what we are trying to do is that we are trying to build capacities of women-led businesses and entrepreneurs, mainly first-generation entrepreneurs, and support them through mentorship, through online sessions. So we have these weekly sessions, and on Tuesdays we have training tips, where an expert comes and shares about a particular topic, which is very important, not only for women entrepreneurs, but also women professionals. So today we are here with Major Vineet Kumar. So we are very happy to have Major Vineet Kumar with us, who will be speaking on cybersecurity. So welcome, sir. Thank you for agreeing, despite your very bogged down timelines and your schedules. We are very happy that you could make time for our women entrepreneurs. So let me give, thank you, sir. Let me give a very brief introduction to sir. Major Vineet Kumar is a seasoned professional with more than 2 decades of experience in the fields of cyber peace, cyber security, cyber policy, and internet governance. He is a founder and global president of Cyber Peace, council member, Africa and Middle East, Public Interest Registry, USA. He is the former chief of Cyber Defense Research Center, State Government Agency, Government of Jharkhand. He is a member of the Commonwealth AI Consortium, Commonwealth Secretariat, and there are many, many hats on sir's name. So we are very happy and we are feeling very privileged to be here, listening to the basics and fundamentals of cybersecurity. Sir, we will be very happy if you can share on the basics. I know 1 hour session is very short. So if you can touch upon the basic fundamentals of noting down how to be safe on internet, especially when it comes to online business. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Arina, and thanks for the long introduction. It's really a pleasure to be here. Like you said, it's 1 hour is a very short time. So I'll be touching upon certain kind of issues that are there that actually impact the startups, that impact the SMEs, that impact the women entrepreneurs, and overall the kind of challenges that we face in the cyberspace. And at the end, I'll kind of share on how one can report these issues, going online and reporting from your home. How can you do that? And finally, in fact, some resources that you can come across that we have, like Cyber Peace released with Institute for Electrical Telecommunication Engineers. We released a cybersecurity handbook for MSMEs and startups. Now, this is on the website. It's on the IT website. I'll share the link here. In fact, the name of the booklet, so you can have a quick view. So I might have to leave things maybe halfway, but that is a good book to kind of go through and explore basically cybersecurity, and more than, in fact, I would say challenges. Let's explore the opportunities, because cyberspace is full of opportunities, and especially for women. In fact, Cyber Peace, NCW, state commissions, we are working with different kind of commissions and local regional organizations to skill women into the cybersecurity space, to fill the skill gap that is there, not just in India, but other countries as well. So that's briefly how the flow of my presentation would be. I'll leave some pointers and some contact information just in case you want to discuss a particular case, some case study or something like that, and you're not comfortable speaking on the public platform. You can also reach us through the helpline, and we'd be very happy to assist there. Having said that, I'll quickly share my presentation. So cyber safety, or you call cybersecurity for women in business. This is something that we'll be speaking about, but I'll be talking generic stuff also that affects young girls and women, different kind of issues. About Cyber Peace, already the introduction has been given, but I'll skip the intro. We started here in India, but now we are globally present in multiple countries. We have a strong volunteer force. As of now, the volunteers are spread across 70 countries, more than 70 countries, including India. And they are all like you, who kind of spare some time from their busy schedule. I'm happy to share that if you think that cybersecurity is a very tech savvy subject, then I think you should change your mind. It's something that anyone can contribute to the cybersecurity space. Somebody who has a basic know-how of tech, somebody who just uses some tech platforms and all, can also contribute being a cyber volunteer. Like we have experimented the cyber volunteers with Anganwadi workers also, and we saw a great success. Sorry. So it becomes a huge kind of problem for the government itself to tackle the issue that is there at scale. And I strongly feel cybersecurity is a collective partnership. So it's not going to be one entity that can counter the cyber threats. We all have to come together, whether it is industry, academia, civil society, government, all have to come together to kind of counter the threats that the space is facing. Also, there is no boundary as such when you talk about cyber. It's an open territory. So a crime, an incident can happen, say in some city, God forbid, if it happens in Kolkata, somebody maybe in some country, XYZ country, might be routing an attack on you. So you should understand that there are challenges with the investigators. If you see that the investigators are not responding on time, then they are struggling with some challenge. And on an average, it takes around 1 year for an investigator to get data from a foreign land, which is quite huge. Already many internet governance organizations are working on it. In fact, a UN Cyber Open-Ended Working Group and others have been formed, and a lot of contribution is going to these working groups. So we expect something like an international law, which kind of helps netizens and basically the survivors in kind of investing their cases or providing assistance to them. So that's briefly what CyberPeace does. We do a lot of things. We have centers of excellence within university. We have certification courses that if you're looking for a career, we do run a certification program with Australians, with the Australian government, called the AQF, Australian Qualification Framework. And under that, in fact, we skill women for opportunity in India, outside India, and in fact, opportunity in 25 countries. More on this, maybe I'll share later. The revolution is almost to reach around 3 billion netizens by 2030. It's a very wishful kind of a vision that we have kept, but we are going there step by step. As of now, we are present in India, San Francisco, Kenya, and other places. I've already mentioned our vision, mission, so I'm going to skip this slide, which, as the word suggests, CyberPeace. It's amalgamation of cyber and peace together, and it is self-explanatory. And you not explain what CyberPeace does, you can understand by looking at the words only. So, a lot of issues, a lot of challenges. Let me start with my favorite slide, which is basically the start slide of every presentation that I give. And normally I keep it interactive. I ask people, what do you see in the picture? Can we have some responses if somebody can respond to what you see in the picture? Anyone? Anyone? Just give it a try. I mean, let's know how I'm giving it a try. You might be wrong. I'll correct you if you're wrong.
Anyone from participants?
No problem. Let me answer it for you. It's world, it's globe, it's earth, whatever you may call it as. But I say it's version 1. The new version is something like it's a changing phase of the cyber world, and the new phase is like this, where all the green dots that you see are connected devices speaking to each other. And if not safeguarded properly, they can create some kind of problem and challenge also for you. I would say just map your home today. The first exercise that you can do is go to your home and kind of see what is connected in your home. I'm sure that you'll find at least 10 connected devices in your home, from smart refrigerators, smart TV, smart washing machine, refrigerators. It could be IoT devices, Alexa, smart door locks, CCTV cameras. So there are plenty of connected devices. So if your device is connected, probably it is featuring on the green dot that you see here. So as a cyber aware individual, I not say expert, I'll use a cyber aware individual. I think our task is to be aware about things. That's the best advisory and measure that I can share. Be aware of what's happening around you, what's happening around your environment, and how can you safeguard things. So that's number one kind of advice that I will kind of share with everyone. And whether it is a washing machine or if it's a, say, CCTV camera, if it's a baby monitor, you need to secure and safeguard them. That's how things are, and you need to secure everything. If you cannot do it, take a help of expert. There are experts who are there around. And basic tips that I'll share during the end is, I'm just keeping it very low level, not too high level on attacks on critical infrastructures and others. That I'm going to just talk about personal attacks, in attacks on individuals, on homes and others. So if you're unable to do stuff, if you don't understand the steps, it's very easy. Once you go through the manual can take you step by step. Very easy. There are videos also that you can find. Go through the video, log in, do the changes that the manual says, and that's it. Supposingly you buy a security device like an antivirus and you leave it open. You thought ki antivirus is there. I think everything is safe. I've deployed the antivirus in my phone. I'm going to be pretty safe from any of the attacks. Now, this is where you are making a mistake, and something that I'm going to show through a video how things can go wrong with you. Moving on to the next slide. My introduction has already been given, so I'm going to skip this part. Yes, the number of users. Now, this is slightly dated, 2021. You can check 2022, 2023. You have more updated numbers. But why I have shared this slide is it shows how connected you are. Everything that is connected is hackable. And if you don't safeguard, you are at risk. There's a very good website. Whenever you are free, just look at the site called internetlifestats.com. Go to the website and check it about the connectivity. Every second numbers are growing. That shows the connectivity that is there everywhere. Major concerns, I mentioned routers, I mentioned about other stuff that is there, smart TV, smart refrigerator. India is growing. I mean, the numbers are growing where, in fact, when you talk about connected users, majority of the numbers are now coming from the rural areas. So that I see as a challenge in the times to come. In fact, if we don't make people resilient, they are going to be at risk, and different kind of attacks are already being mounted on a daily basis with them. These are some things. AI, I'm sure you must have heard. And did anybody hear about what happened to the actress Rashmi Mandana? Anyone?
Yes. Yes, I think others will also.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but a case study that one should take it, that you should be careful sharing your video, your images on the social media. Now, I wanted to put one slide, but probably I missed. I was not able to locate my slide. That there are some challenges that women participate, like Sari Challenge, Daughters Challenge. Now, they are again hunting grounds. In fact, let me see during the end if I can find that slide. I'd like to put it up here on how AI generated Gen AI deepfakes can be utilized to defame you. And by you, I say not just you as an individual. It is also the organization where you come from. It could be like any entity where you come from. Sorry, anybody has any questions? Hello?
No.
Okay. So the threat landscape, again, like I mentioned, it's increasing, and the number of attacks that we see here. What we are going to learn, I've already mentioned today, some resource, some initiatives where you can be part of and counter cyber attacks. Well, if you want to know about cybersecurity, generally we use the word cybersecurity, but somewhere, in fact, in different contexts, people use online safety. Some people use cyber safety. So there are different aspects. But one of the commonly known accepted words globally is the cybersecurity. So I have just listed what is cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is the practice of defending computers, servers, mobile devices, anything that is connected and talking to internet. So like I mentioned, these are some limited devices that I mentioned. It could be your CCTV camera, your baby monitor that you deploy in your home. All of that, if not secured properly, can be at risk. So network security, application, information, operational. Now, if you're a startup, if you're an MSME, there's certain things that you have to see. People are actually rushing to develop apps, rushing to develop solutions that can actually impact a lot of common people. But what people forget in between is, in that rush, they forget making those tweaks, securing the program, securing the devices. The basic minimum security is not there. So there are a lot of challenges, which is a kind of a ground for the hackers to, and hackers here, I would say the black hat. Not every hackers are bad. They're good hackers. They are gray hats, they are white hats, and there are black hats. So black hats are the ones who are destructive hackers who always look at harming you, harming and taking use of maybe exploiting a particular situation. So those are certain things that cybersecurity actually covers. Cybersecurity also covers individuals, like when the kind of challenges that individual face. I'm sure all of you know what is stalking, harassment, indecent exposure, sexist post, data breach, and many of you might be facing this issue. I have a remedy to this, and I'll share that during end. And last but not the least, probably the biggest one now on the cards is sextortion. Sextortion is something that is impacting everyone, not just females, but also male candidates. And recent sextortion attacks have been more on the male candidates and male users. And that is where I see a threat that is growing. So there's nothing like I feel attacks are going day by day. It's not looking at a particular gender, but it is going across all genders, not just one gender. Now, you must have heard about dark web. Now, here I show you what dark web looks like.
Yes.
Whatever you browse. Sorry. Yes. Any questions?
No. Yes. I think dark web is something which many of us are not quite aware of. We have heard about it, but what it is and how it operates,
Yeah.
I think many of us must be very much interested to know.
So it's very simple. I mean, if you see the image, in fact, the portion that is above is the surface web, where you all the routine browsings that you do, Google, Netflix, Bing, Yahoo, Facebook, Twitter, hearing to music like Apple Play and all, they're part of the surface web, which you can easily browse. Now, as you see, it's like a glacier. A small portion is above. In fact, 90% of the portion is hidden below. And that's where majority of issues happen. And majority of criminals actually store their stolen information and other stuff that they are doing. I'll show a snapshot of the underground market later on how it looks like, if I have entered the slide. If not, then probably I'll pause the presentation for a while and pull up that dark web image and the way it looks. These are some of the challenges, emerging concepts, जो कि emerging technologies के बारे में बात करें. So it is like any emerging technologies that are there today, whether it is AI, ML, blockchain, crypto, and others, they are being used for multiple kind of attacks and issues. And these are some of them. I missed the last part. The last part is something that I'll share later. Do not fall prey to phishing pages, and it's something that all of you might be understanding. Let me give you a simple example of phishing, how it looks like. Again, I'm sure majority of you know, but how phishing works is maybe I'll just give you 3 examples. One is these people would scare you in the sense, there's a example listed below. Your Apple ID is due to expire today. Prevent this by confirming your Apple ID at this Apple Incorporation. Now, legitimate services don't, legitimate platforms don't use such ways to kind of do this. And the other thing is they'll attract you into something. So one is scare. The other thing is attract in the same never to believe offer. Like they'll give you a duplex bungalow in 5 lakh rupees, and there will be a link to apply for it. Here in this case, it's Paytm free cash, 1,000 rupees. And if you notice carefully, the URL is an incorrect URL. Some of you, I had asked questions earlier, you'll have said that it's genuinepaytm.com. But if you look at carefully, it's .com-free.ga. There's no HTTPS there, and it's Paytm is a subdomain. So that's there. Another format of luring someone is scaring people. Scaring in the sense that they'll say that there's a malware that has come into your PC, and you need to, or your phone, you need to install an antivirus immediately. And in panic, you kind of click on that link and then end up losing a lot of information. What is that? I'll show it in a video, how these links can further impact you. Now, if you see the URL here, it's not a genuine one. The page looks genuine, but if you see HTTPS is missing. Anybody else would like to point out what other mistake is there in this URL? Let's have some responses. I'll feel good.
Yes, I request my colleagues and the entrepreneurs who are here to, if you can answer. Tanushri?
It's very simple. Just make an attempt. There is no marking that we are doing, so don't worry about that. provided.
Vineet, can you ask the question again?
So it's a URL that you see here, but is it a genuine or a fake URL? Is what and if you say it's a fake one,
then fake URL. It seems to be a fake URL. There are two Ks here, and instead of the zero, I mean an O, there are two zeros that I can see. It's like that. Yeah.
Third one, yeah, close. Very good.
And then there is, I don't know if it's not very clear, but there is a .com or not slash. There is no security also here.
.com is there. You are close. Just look towards the left side. Hint.
It's a subdomain, does not have a security. HTTPS is not there.
Very good. It's HTTPS that's missing there. So it's a secure HTTPS that is required. And normally you see like a green padlock there that shows that your browser is safe. What browsers to use? Always I suggest, not that I'm marketing Google as such, but then I find Google Chrome safe. I find Firefox safe, and I find Apple Safari safe. 3 browsers, and then you have a lot of other browsers which can keep you anonymous and all that, like DuckDuckGo and others. But I'm just telling you a browser that a normal user can use. For advanced investigation and other stuff, there are plenty of other browsers also. But for routine browsing, go for these particular browsers. Yes, one more issue. They are again scaring you. You posted something illegal. Now your account will be closed. Here is the link, and you need to delete your violations. The moment you click on it, you'll leave your entire access to the scamster or the people who are targeting you. Now, all of you who believe in work from home, part-time job and all that, take a pause again. Now here again, there's a scam that is going on. And this we picked up during the days of COVID. This was probably the second wave. And then, in fact, we recently also saw such things being repeated. Now, the thing is, it does not look as simple as you think so. The moment you reply, again, there's a link that takes you to some place, and the link also compromises your device through which you are browsing. Needless to say, these are campaigns being run by our countries which are present, the enemy countries which are present around us, to get access to the data, access to the phone, access to all the contacts that the users have. In fact, that you have in your phone book, in the messages and everything. And then later on, they can also blackmail you in different form, or they can reach out to your friends and again target them. So don't fall for these flashy offers. There's nothing as that you can earn 200 to 3,000 rupees a day. There are a lot of skilling programs that are available. Go for the genuine ones, not for these flashy offers that come to you. Detailed report is there. Whenever you get time, you can see the detailed report on our website on which country was running this scam and how many people were defrauded. Phishing is quite common. Phishing is very common these days, and phishing is basically voice-based phishing. And people will call you. Again, deepfake can be used. Like if I take a voice sample of Dr. Arina, sorry, I'll just give one short example. I will, and if I have your number, I will make a call originate from an application with Dr. Arina's voice with the same number. So as an individual, you will get confused that she's calling and she might ask certain sensitive information. The moment you share, you interact, you click on any of these links, etc., or you share some information, you're gone. So that is why phishing may sound like a small attack, but it is very complicated. Now, this is the underground marketplace that you see here, where everything has a price. Everything has a price. From your, IDs to your bank accounts to Trojans, and in fact, there are a lot of other things like that. There are hackers who get paid to hack your website. For example, if somebody has interest in, say, some e-commerce shopping platform that you run, I, as a bad hacker, a destructive black hat hacker, can pay, say, $5, $10 rupees, and I'll say, I want this website down. That can cause a lot of issues to you because the site will be offline. In fact, if I pay more, I'll get data also. Like you can see the leak database of Kotak Life, where all the details like user ID, mobile number, name, password, email designation, everything has been revealed. Even registration status, OTP expiry time, everything is there with the people. Now, a disclaimer, I don't claim that this is the genuine one because I have not looked at it in detail. but this database like this exists at different places. And if you hear about certain leaks, well, people like recently there were a lot of leaks that got featured in the news. They also pick up these leaks from the dark web. The investigators go to the dark web, deep web, and find out about the leaks and then do a report on this one. Yes, another thing, what happens if you click on the phone or click on a link that you get on your phone? Just look at it, the kind of access that you'll end up giving. So I don't think anything is left from SMS, emails, photos, videos, contacts, call records, WhatsApp chats, activating microphone, activating camera, GPS data. What else do you need? You have your entire phone with the attacker. The attacker can make calls from your phone, can send text from your phone, can capture OTPs and everything. So that's why the OTP, again, I'll connect to the phishing link. It used to look simple, like paytm.com-free.ga, but you never know. The intention here is not just stealing few money from your Paytm wallet, but the intention is to access your entire phone. And this is what it is. So I'll just request if you can pause the video for a while, because I'll show a small video that is slightly sensitive, and then we can of charging your phone at charging station. Another scam. If you travel a lot for your business, you need to take a look at it. Any cable that is coming out from your maybe a charging kind of a setup that is there on the airport or on the railway station, if you are plugging your cable that cable into your phone, scammers have access to everything. They have everything. They need not access your password or anything. It's a very simple hack. These terminals are connected over internet, and then they dump all your data, and then further other issues that I mentioned can happen, like sextortion and others. So whenever you go to such places, charging points and all, make sure that you use your own adapter and cable. Don't use a cable that is coming out of it. Ransomware, another challenge. So I'm going to highlight the challenges more here and then talk prevention later. So ransomware, again, is growing day by day. This is a sample ransomware. And I mean, anybody who has heard about WannaCry? Anyone? Anyone?
I have not.
Okay. Yeah. So again, a question. What does the word ransom means for you? What is ransom? Ransom.
Asking for money, extortion, money extortion.
Exactly. Normally, somebody kidnaps an individual, then asks for the money. That is one pattern. There are many more. But here, these people, what they do is they kidnap your smart devices. They kidnap your phone. They kidnap your digital gadgets, and then they give you 7 days time to make the payment. The payment is not just bank transfer, but you make payment via the Bitcoins. So if you don't pay within the stipulated time, you're gone. So 7 days, like here, 6 hours, 6 days, 23 hours, 57 minutes is what you have. If you don't make the payment, your entire data will be erased. And if you make the payment also, they don't assure that probably you'll get your data back. A lot of jurisdiction that has come, EU, United States. India has, in August, announced the DPDP Act, the Digital Personal Data Protection Act, which now covers individuals, organizations, and they talk about safety. The act is relatively new. In fact, I expect that in some time you'll see the rules coming in, the rules that the act will have. Also, we have the IT rules 2021 that is there, which again is quite interesting. The IT rules has notified intermediaries that they need to have intermediaries or grievance officers, wherein grievance officers, if you face any stalking, bullying, any kind of incident that happens with you, you can reach out to the grievance officers on the platform of, say, Facebook, Google, and then they address a complaint. Just in case, if they don't address your complaint, then you have the GAC, which is called as the Grievance Appellate Committee, where you can report such things. Data Protection Board is going to come up. Digital India Act is also going to come up. IT Act is going to be revamped, and we'll have the Digital India Act maybe very soon. So these legislations, frameworks, everything is here to keep you safe, but you still need to watch your digital footprint. And how can you secure things is something that I'll talk about. Now, as a security expert, I'll not call myself as an expert also, somebody I still explore. Calling expert is something I feel is a too big thing that I'm taking and adding to my name. But I'm also a learner. Some of the security tips that I suggest that all individuals, organizations need to follow is securing their mobile phones and tablets. Majority of our work happens on WhatsApp groups, on different groups, Slack channels, and all that. So that ways you need to have security lock, you need to have encryption in your phone, you need to activate remote wipe, you need to activate data backup, applications, messages. You need to, like I've already shared about messages, I told about the application that you should not download. Another interesting thing is no rooting. So people go take the new phone, certain features are not working, they go to a local mobile shop and say कि इस phone को root कर दो, and then you are able to install some of your favorite application which are actually banned in the operating system. Now that is super risky. They can also give a lot of sensitive information about you. It's basically they access your entire phone and rest of the things that I mentioned earlier. You need to update your system, phone, even each and every app that you have. Install a mobile internet security. I suggest there are a lot of paid ones like Avast free one, sorry. Avast AVG Quick Heal also has a free version, but it hardly costs a thing. You just need to invest 500 rupees, take a premium package, and safeguard your devices. Malwarebytes is also good. Kaspersky is good. So there are some antiviruses that I suggest that you should install, and firewall. And when I say internet security, it's combination of antivirus and firewall. And finally, it is switching off those services that are not required, like NFC. If you have NFC enabled, somebody can steal data. You have Bluetooth enabled, somebody can steal data. Switch off Wi-Fi when not in use. Always, I recommend that don't always connect to internet. Other people have tendency that throughout the night they're not using it, but still their phone is connected, which also open your exposes your phone to other attacks, because attackers are kind of hunting for such phones which are active when the user is not active. And I suggest that safeguard that. Wi-Fi router that is there. Again, very important. You might have installed internet connection in your phone, but probably you have not secured it yourself. That chap from Airtel Jio comes, does the security settings, gives you the Wi-Fi password, and you're done. Make it as a habit that you change the admin password, you change the SSID, you change the ISP password, you change the hide the SSID from being on broadcast. Also use the latest encryption standard, WPA2, WPA3. Router firewall should be enabled. Router relocation should be placed centrally for better coverage and limiting the signal reach. Disable WPS. Disable guest. If you don't have guests who come in on a regular basis, disable that account. Enable MAC filtering so that the router connects to only your device and no external devices. And finally, update your firmware. That is there. Same goes with banking. One thing, it's all common, which I've shared. You also have been aware and you have responded to the question that I had. One thing that I'd like to add is use VPN, virtual private network, whenever you're doing banking. So that VPN is something that creates a tunnel, encrypted tunnel between your PC or your computer, your phone to the entity that you are connecting to. And it's a secure one. Now, on the normal internet connection, you can create a secure tunnel to browser activity and nobody will get to know what you're doing. I suggest Proton VPN, ExpressVPN. They are good. They perform good in the lab. So I request possible. This small payment, I think you can use a free one first. And if you are getting confident, then you can make that payment, which is hardly few dollars. All the platforms have different features. Go to your security settings, whether it is Facebook, Insta, WhatsApp, Twitter, Snap, or any platform that you're using. Go to safety, privacy, well-being features. Access these features, enable these features. That is more important, not just access, but enable security. Now we have a channel that you can see. And in fact, we have been trying to do this step-by-step videos because like I said, so many things, but people get stuck on how they do it, how they configure the settings of the phone and all. So we have the CyberPeace TV on YouTube. You can subscribe to our channel. You can see the videos, what videos are there.
Requesting everyone who is there listening to Major Vinod Kumar, if you have any questions, please let us know in the chat box. And I think it is a very important session and he is giving a lot of tips. He's is mentioning a number of websites which should be avoided, the browsers that are safe. So on behalf of Cyber Peace, they have a dedicated YouTube channel. So I'm requesting everyone to please subscribe and see these videos. These are tutorials because most of us are not aware as to how to avoid hacking, and so that our website, our phones, they many a times it gets hacked. And most of you are entrepreneurs. Please be aware of not sharing any personal information online.
Yeah.
I was just telling everyone to look at these tutorial videos, because the points you were mentioning, those are actually very real. We could all relate to it. And I think to have more understanding, because most of us are not aware of how it gets hacked, how our information gets across. So please continue, sir.
Yeah. So these step-by-step videos can help you. And moving on to the next resource that we have, I'll share the updated book is on the website cyberpeace.org. If you don't get it, I'm going to share that book with Dr. Arina. In fact, basically Cybersecurity 101 for SMEs and startups, which could be of good help to you. So you can download that. And it's the same slide. So whatever you see in the picture is hackable. And this is what the book talks about, and how to safeguard these digital devices, what best practices you need to enable, and cybersecurity policies, strategies. There's something that we need to do at an end user level. And if you have like a MSME that is growing slowly, I strongly recommend CISO as a service or cybersecurity policy and strategy in place, because that's where you start. And then slowly you keep scaling that. The social media is quite broad, and a lot of channels that you see here. Many kind of attacks on different infrastructure. Now, this is what deepfake is. One of our centers of excellence at Mumbai, VJTI, has created a video. What we are trying to do is maybe placing Elon Musk, not Musk, I think there's some person, Jack Ma.
So we at COV VJTI Mumbai thought of taking it to an Institute of Engineering and an Indian engineering college. The swap face is on the left and the original video is on the right bottom. Pay special attention on eyes and lip synchronization between the two.
What is a machine? आप मुस्कुरा क्यों रहे हैं? Actually, sir, बचपन से चाहता था कि engineering college में पढूं. आज यहाँ.
I'll pause the video. It's on the YouTube, but then you can see basically how I can maybe swap faces, get young Jack Ma into the video in the same audio. And this is what can create a lot of issues. So such videos are also utilized for creating a community unrest and others. So this is one example. I don't have this slide about Sadi challenge and Doctor's challenge. I missed adding that, but maybe I'll share it later so that you can have a look. And all of these slides are also there on at the CyberPeace Core. We develop a lot of awareness IC materials, multilingual. So we have some in Bangla as well, Hindi, English, that can be utilized. But some quick tips is intimate picture should be no. Geolocation should be off. Never add strangers. Update security settings on a regular basis. Systems application should be updated. You need to review tags and mention. You need to enable login alerts. And you need to make sure that you don't log in from a public Wi-Fi. Did I get disconnected in between?
No. We can hear you.
Okay. Login, yeah. Login alerts should be enabled, and you need to review tags and mention on the security setting, because there are people who kind of add you into some sensitive post, and then you are tagged into like in that particular crime. It could be a hate crime, it could be something, and CyberCell can come knocking. So you need to enable these tags, and if you come across such tags and mention, immediately delete and make sure to report to the cyber cells. Login from public Wi-Fi. what reporting, login from public Wi-Fi should be not encouraged, because like I said, people are there intercepting. If you have a VPN, then it is still safe, but then there are fake Wi-Fi networks also sometimes that are set up. Like if I'm traveling through Kolkata, Netaji Subhash Chandra Airport, International Airport, probably what I'll do is I'll create a fake Wi-Fi, list it as free Wi-Fi for travelers, and the moment you connect, I will start dumping your data. So there are a lot of things that are there. Zero FIR, I'm sure you know all of this. 1090 Women Helpline, locally state government helpline. I'm sorry, I wanted to add that, but somewhat I missed. 1930 is the MHA, Ministry of Home Affairs, National Helpline. So if you're scammed, if you're duped, reach out to this number and share your query and issues. Cybercrime.gov.in. Again, you can register cases sitting at home. All kind of cases, whether sexual abuse online, non-sexual abuse, financial fraud, all of that can be actually reported here. And then we have the Cyberpeace helpline. So we can assist you. We are not kind of, I would say, a helpline which kind of helps you in tracking criminals and all, but we assist. We work with platforms and all. We work with entities to make sure that you get necessary help. Where many people are shy sharing about their cases. So they come to us, speak to us, and in confidentiality, we kind of work with the platform, because we are trusted flaggers at some places, that these are the kind of issues and would request for a quick response. One thing that again I missed is DMCA. It's called Digital Millennium Copyright Act. If you see your video anywhere on any of the US based platform, search the platform space DMCA, you will get a form. Share the link of your video or photograph that is being spread, and this DMCA people will take down that content quickly, and also they'll reach out to the platform also to take further actions. Remember DMCA.
DMCA.
Yes.
Is there any link?
You can just Google Facebook space DMCA. Just check once if people are. It's very simple. Yeah. Or if you are maybe on X, you notice something. It is also for porn website. If there's a lot of survivors have reached out to us and said that we need help in takedown. So what we do is we fill the DMCA form on their behalf and take that content down from any of the Pornhub or any website that is there that is kind of abusing them. So it's a very powerful feature. If you face any issues, you can definitely reach out to the helpline. Other things that need to be done, best practices like education, risk mitigation, empowering women is very important. Create a talent pool. There's a huge talent gap. And I see a lot of opportunities being open for women and young girls. So probably maybe this is just a start. Maybe I'll share some resources where you can get to know more about how you can be a cybersecurity analyst, you can be an ethical hacker, you can be a Cyberpeace volunteer. All of these things are there on the website of Cyberpeace. Browse through it, and that's where your journey begins. If we also promote inclusivity, mentorship programs, there are a lot of programs that many agencies are running for women. Many tech platforms realize the importance. So they are running these skilling programs. Training and education is very important. Awareness and education is important. Equal pay practices without fail is very important. Cybersecurity trainings and all, I'll just share here. I am almost reaching time, but something that Cyberpeace Foundation does is Digital Shakti. You can have a look. We are working on the new microsite. So a lot of content and all, we are kind of uploading short videos, reels that you find it in an engaging manner, not that boring do's and don'ts manner. We are also launching.
Where can we get access to all these on your website? You
can just Google Digital Shakti.
Digital Shakti. Okay.
Yes, you'll get but I'm saying the new website is coming up. There are limited resources. So maybe 1.5 months or 2 months from now, you'll see a lot of these resources, short videos, reels, IEC brochures that can be taken, that can be, or also this is multilingual in nature. So that we are developing. We also have a handbook for investigators. So on how they can do step by step, and they can be first responders. So that handbook is already shared with West Bengal Police because it's in Bangla. We did this 3 months back. No, not 3 months, sorry, 3 years back. 3 years back. which Kolkata Police, West Bengal Police has been using. There are other things that will initiate, like I mentioned, about the Cyber Volunteers Program, where again, we'll be doing a lot of skilling for all the working women and young girls who can be a part of the mission. And we have different campaigns that we run with different platforms like Amazon, Meta, Google, and others. Some booklet, like we worked with Netflix to take out an online fraud awareness toolkit. I'll share the link again. With CBSE, we have a full-fledged book. Now, this is where you can start. Just Google Cyber Peace CBSE, and you'll find this booklet, the PDF. So it's a good place to start. And this is where we'll get more. So, sorry. Is there a question?
No. I just had some questions.
Okay. So fine. So this is all that I have to share in the short time. And maybe if there are any questions, queries that I can share, some links that I'd like to share, especially the CBSE booklet. Let me just find out and share it with you shortly. 1 second.
Yes, it would be great if your team can share with us the important links. And so I think on behalf of our team, on behalf of our organization, on behalf of the entrepreneurs who are a part of our network, we are very, very happy and indebted to you, because all these information, I think, are extremely critical and very important. So many of them were unable to join, but it is a very important. So we would like to share some bits and pieces of this recorded session. I'll also show it with your team once, if you approve. Then I would like to share it with our network, because all these information are very important.